Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. I'm going to do a little special video for some folks. It's those that don't know me, let me tell you, I've been out here over 25 years. I've done all kinds of trucking, and I'm now about as modern trucking as I care to get. I am running e-logs. Those that haven't run e-logs, that's been out here as long as myself or even close to it. Another old hand, Hollow Point, he was watching one of my videos and commented about his boss was saying they was getting the e-logs this winter, and a bunch of the drivers are worried about it. I have been a dinosaur resistant change out here for a long time. I go far enough back that I remember logging when you had to have a staple puller and a razor blade. For those that don't know what that means, it just means we got real creative. I've ran one log book and I've ran 4. I've done those things that we tell stories about that the modern drivers say you can't do. We did them. We had the t-shirt, burn it. I kept saying, as the companies kept pushing and pushing, as we all know, and the brokers, I kept swearing and saying I was going to slow down. I ain't doing this nonsense, I'm slowing down. I couldn't do it. I've talked to a lot of old hands out here that got the same issue I got. I talked to a gentleman last night. He didn't tell me his age, but I bet you he was 70. If he wasn't, he was next door to it. And he's running paper log, and he was saying his company's going over to it, and he thinks he's ready for it because he's tired of redoing all them pages. We all know that story. As long as I was running paper, I'd slow down for a day or two, then I was right back to the old games. I mean, it's too easy when you got to have paper log to go ahead and do that deal. And I never could slow down. I came on to e-logs. Now we use Teltrack, and there's a lot of different e-logs out there, folks. One I am running, the company is using 2 or 3 different companies. They've been playing. We are going to Qualcomm. It's going to take about 2 years for him to get it all worked in, he said. They all have their own parameters, and the company can do their own thing to certain stuff, and drivers can do their own thing to certain stuff. The only thing that you're going to miss is being able to tear that page out and redo it. That takes a little getting used to. You will save a little bit of time depending upon how your company has it set up. Believe it or not, most of us, the ones that are concerned about it, because you've been running paper, we always showed 15 minutes for fuel, 15 minutes for dock duty, this kind of stuff. 15 minutes post-trip, flag your pre-trip, or whatever you was doing. Those kind of stuff you really don't have to do on electronic log. You flag them, you show 2 or 3 minutes fuel, 2 or 3 minutes pre-trip, 5 or 7 minutes post-trip. So you save a little bit there. Now that's how our company allows it to go. The biggest problem that you're going to run against is you're now on e-logs, but 99.9% of the brokers are scheduling the loads like you're still on paper. I just dealt with that yesterday. By the time I did a quick 2 drops and got to my shipper at like 10 o'clock in the morning, it took them over 2 hours to get me loaded. They had me scheduled 600 miles away for 8 o'clock next morning. it wasn't going to work on e-logs. Now, if we had had the paper log, I could have made it happen, and back in the day, I would have, just because that's how I was. I wasn't going to miss that appointment. Well, when they force us onto e-logs, they bought the cake. Now, you get to eat it whether it's good or bad, meaning they, the company, not you. As soon as I was loaded, I was on the phone with dispatch. Yo, dude, I ain't gonna make it to the yard tonight to drop like we was talking about, and your load ain't gonna make it to the receiver by 8 o'clock. And he was all befumbled. Dude, electronic logs. Talk to your broker. How can they schedule a delivery before it's even picked up just because the computer says that it can be done? That's where you run into your problems. If you're really wanting to slow down, and some of us do, if you really want to slow down, it ain't that bad. It will help you to slow down, because now it forces the company's hand to allow you to slow down. It forces the broker's hand to allow you to slow down. Now, one of the main advantages to it, for me, is I've always had poor penmanship, and you know, you're doing all that stopping and all that, and you get the pumpkin teeth going in that logbook, and now you're trying to scribble and just write real small to get everything in. There's those out there know what I'm talking about. That thing does it all on its own. You don't have set here at the Atlas. If you're out on a ramp somewhere or whatever, a rest area, you don't have sit here and try to figure out what the name of this town is. It already did. All you do is hit it, go off duty. You know, that thing will figure out where you're at. You ain't got to worry about it. You don't have to keep track of your hours so bad, because that does it. All you got to worry about is your 11, 14, and 70. It really isn't that bad if you have an open mind. There's enough truckers out here that are really into modern technology, and if you're watching this video, you're probably into modern technology. It's not that bad. Yes, it'll take a little getting used to. You are going to have to change a few habits, but the biggest thing to help you is the old rule: keep that left door shut and keep gassing on it. You know, there's a lot of stuff goes around out here that are myths and just flat, plain falsehoods. So don't believe everything all these people are telling you. It's not that bad once you get into it. Yes, there are aggravating times with it, but guess what? It's trucking. We know aggravating times. It's aggravating when you're sitting there at a shipper or receiver, and you sit there 4, 5, 7 hours, and that 14-hour clock is ticking, and you're like, damn it, you're getting into my paycheck, and they are, but it is what it is. That can bother you. I got so tired of just driving until I couldn't stay awake, and I know there's plenty of y'all out there like it, but let me give you a word of encouragement from an old school trucker, from an old dinosaur. It isn't that bad. Just go with the flow a little bit, have an open mind, learn what your company's perimeters are. Some of the logs allow the driver to go in and change a little bit. You can change anything but the drive line. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry about that. That was Mama, the real boss. The logs ain't that bad, folks. E-logs ain't that bad. And they're coming. So you might as well embrace them. I mean, I bought this nonsense and bought the new trucks with it sounding like you're driving a video game in here and all that, which this truck don't have it, but I got out of a brand new truck because it had it. I'm an old dinosaur. I didn't like it. Now I know that our company is going to those. This is one of the last few ones that'll probably get traded off next year. Then I'll be forced into one. I won't have a choice. I'm not ready to retire. Well, I am, but my pocketbook ain't. The logs ain't that bad. I can't tell you that enough. I was terrified of them. I didn't want them and all of that. Now that I have it, it's not near so bad. And I kind of like it. Yes, I get aggravated with it periodically, but I get aggravated with trucking. I get aggravated with truck drivers. You do too. Hey, y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. Don't be scared. You can do it, driver. You can do it. Have a great day. Bye.